Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this video where I share my first kill of King of the Mists on my Curse Witch build, as well as share the intricacies of the build itself. I have not followed any guide and have done minimal research on Witch only to see what other players' main complaints are in order to avoid any dire mistakes, which are mainly about the weak state of minion builds. While this is likely due to the player base having not quite figured out how to make minions work best yet, it still influenced me to shy away from trying them. However, as you'll see later, this build, at least currently, still utilizes minions as cannon fodder and sacrifice for damage boost. I would like to clarify before continuing that I am nowhere near an ARGB class building pro, and I never made a build without a guide in POE 1. However, with POE 2 being so new and information becoming slowly available to casual players, I do feel this video can offer insight in building your own witch. I also greatly welcome all constructive criticism from any of you vets that may be taking the time to watch. Thanks again to anyone checking in, and I hope you enjoy. On screen now is me going through the skill and support gems for the build, the passive tree, and as well as my gear. That should not matter too much though. I'm trying to focus on staying inside the witch passive tree, at least for now. I have not been too interested in trying weapons that do not immediately make sense, like two-handed melee weapons for example. Leading up to the King of the Mist fight, which I decided to use as a checkpoint to make this video, as I am excited to post it and hopefully help others and even receive feedback. I was beginning to worry about how this build might pan out until I unlocked Enfeeble. You see, before unlocking Enfeeble, the build was lackluster in AoE damage, making mobs more tedious to take down. I was fine with this because I am hoping to make a build that can excel in boss fights, and with Contagion and Essence Drain, I was confident in achieving that goal. However, after unlocking Enfeeble, I am beginning to think I will be able to craft something that is versatile enough to excel in both mobs and boss battles. Enfeeble is a skill that curses an area of enemies, making them deal less damage. With the help of support gems, Enfeeble becomes pretty powerful pretty fast. Specific support gems like Decaying Hex, which give Enfeeble damage over time, and Impending Doom, which causes cursed targets to explode and curse nearby enemies on death, completely change the mechanics of this ability for the better. And as well as minion packed support gem on the Contagion ability allows you to sacrifice a minion for bonus damage when casting it as well. I use this on the Contagion spell specifically. This mixed with Contagion and Soul Drain, which are single target damage over time abilities, pairs very well and make a big difference in the quality of the build. The combo consists of using Enfeeble on the mobs that get caught on your skeletons, as Enfeeble does have a slight delay before cursing. Then focusing on one target with Contagion, following a spam of Essence Drain until it dies, causing the target to explode and curse more enemies. You rinse and repeat until everything on screen is gone, usually within seconds once you get the hang of it. As you see for the King of the Mist fight, I try to keep him enfeebled and contagioned while spamming Soul Drain as often as I can. When mobs respond, I try to continue to focus DPS on the boss while trying to catch the mobs in my Enfeeble to cause the explosion, which leads to the chain reaction that results in all mobs quickly dying when done correctly. Finally, on screen now is the build in the King of the Mist fight. I did not record live commentary, but I will provide some now and check back in at the end with some more notes and insight. At the beginning, I wasn't really expecting a boss fight here. I was expecting more mobs to kill for this altar or shrine. Here you can see me using the Enfeeble first and then contaging them while following up with the Essence Drain to get them down in hopes to have them infect more of the mobs with the Contagion and the Enfeeble. Here's the King of the Mist. Right when I see this, I pop up. I'm expecting it to be just another regular boss, but this turns out to be a two-phase boss actually that has the most health I've dealt with so far. Granted, this is still the first act. Now, Enfeebled does use a lot of mana, so you do see me here having to use the mana flask quite often. But as you see, when you keep them both, all three of those on there, even the Essence Drain does damage over time. And when you see when they're all three active, it's just pretty much staying alive and watching the health bar go down. I really do enjoy this style of gameplay. And I am interested in your guys' feedback, maybe telling me that I'm completely wrong and you guys got this boss down in 2 minutes rather than like the 5 minutes it took me, or whatever the case was. Now around here is when he begins to change. Yep, he's changing right now. I do ask that you guys forgive me. I'm a little sick and I'm using a headset microphone. Right here I'm not too sure what to expect, because there was already a lot of mechanics, especially compared to the other bosses I've seen so far. Trying to stay alive. At this time I actually had one of my roommates talking to me while I was trying to survive, so that was making it pretty difficult on its own. I really liked this boss battle. I think it's the best one I've had so far. Again, still in Act 1 though, so I'm sure there's going to be something that blows it out of the water. I've seen some things that have spoiled it for me just a little bit, and I'm excited to get to it myself for sure. I accidentally dodged right into that little blob right there. I'm starting to get worried right here. But we do end up persevering, and this was our first try, our very first try. How long did it take you guys to kill this boss on your first try? Did you get it your first try as well, or did you end up dying and have to go back again? Right there was a scary moment. I remember yelling in the middle of my room, like, oh no, I'm gonna die. And that's the thing about Path of Exile 2, is it's gotten me the most immersed than any ARPG has ever done to me. And here we get the kill. I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm telling my roommate I fucking got him, and she has no idea what's going on or what I'm talking about. It's actually kind of hilarious. I wish I caught it live. And, I mean, we got some pretty decent loot for our first kill, I think. I'm pretty sure we ended up putting that tattered robe on. But, yeah, that's the fight. And we'll go ahead and continue in with the closing statements.
So the cultists really did have it. Thank you, hero.
I would like to thank any of you that watched the video, and I again welcome any and all feedback. I am especially excited to hear how your specific build is going. I look forward to continuing through the campaign while uploading updates at what I feel are key points throughout the story. This game is truly amazing and is certainly scratching the itch Diablo 4 has left for me. If you enjoyed this video, a like is appreciated, and the subscription tells me that there are people out there that want to see more of me. Thanks again, and good luck in your builds. Have a great day.